Hello, today I'm going to be talking about Fight the Dragon. Now this is a fairly new early access game which came out, and it's basically a kind of hack and slash puzzle solving game, but it's got a bit of a twist to it because it's very community based. And what I mean by that is I go on an adventure here. So this is like the starting hub. This is where you start. So then you just kind of expand this area and go on adventures, as they call them, to all these different areas. But only about 6 or 5 or something are actually made by the producers. The rest, it's all community based. So everything you play has been created by other people, essentially. So it's called Fight the Dragon because there's this thing called a dragon arena, which I'll show you now, where basically there's this dragon with a huge amount of health, and every time you complete a map in the adventure section, you get a dragon scroll which lets you fight the dragon. So you do permanent damage to the dragon, so you can come back as many times as you want, and getting killed doesn't count to anything, doesn't matter. And then obviously you've got a rank depending on how well you've done. So the aim is each time to just do as much damage as you can, to get as close as you can, and just keep hitting him, do all the damage. It's kind of impossible to last more than a few minutes at a low level, especially when you don't have access to the best gear and things. As you can see, I'm not doing very well, so I've got one more life. I'm going to try and just basically do as much damage as I can. Normally within the base game you'd be able to get potions which will give you extra health, and rage which let you use certain attacks and things, but you don't get them. I don't know if you get them for lasting longer, but at this stage you don't get them with the dragon, so it's the only way you can really do your special moves is to just keep building the rage up. See, I've nearly got one of my special moves built up at the moment. I'm lucky, I might be able to pull one special off. There we go. That's one special and I'm dead. See, it's very hard to actually do a decent amount of damage. But the point is that you don't, that's not the point. You just take bits off each time, you keep doing more of these adventures. And you can play them by yourself, or you can go online and play with other people. I found the online to be a little bit buggy, so I haven't done that myself. Other things, there's a customization option which isn't available at the moment. There's quite a few things which aren't currently available. There's a loot shrine, which, as you can see, there is no loot, despite the fact that I do have some gold. I don't know if that's just how it is in alpha, but yeah, we'll see in a bit. So I'll show you the crate and share. So this is basically, I think it's called the ACK or something, and yeah, the Adventure Construction Kit. It allows you to build your own maps. And then you can publish them for people to play. So if we go to adventures, campaigns isn't available yet. We can load. So you can see here the few levels which actually come with the game. So there's 7 of them. 7, yeah, my maths is sound. So I've already published one. So I'm working on a level at the moment. So you get all this access to basically all the stuff which is in the game. So all the items, all the tiles. So you design it, you sculpt it by putting different blocks down, and then you can apply water, lava, and you paint layers. You can add in loads and loads of props, like static props, which are just things which are around the world. There's so much stuff, as you can see here. There's so much things I put down. Let me come off. Yep. So then you can have interactive things, such as kind of doors and gateways which open, and then you can put switches in, which you have to use and things. I'll show you a bit of that in a minute. There's chests you can put down which have loot in, so that people can get loot from your adventures. Put entities down, so NPCs which have text above their head, so you can talk to them. And then you put down all varieties of melee, mini boss, and ranged enemies. What else is there? But yeah, you can add these checkpoints. So basically, what they do is they have a set amount of health, so that when you walk over them, they'll heal you to a certain amount until their health runs out. That's very useful, but it also gives you an extra life and a checkpoint. So if you die, you'll spawn back at that place, and you won't permadeath, which is good. And then you can add all kind of time and day, the environment, you can add all these different kind of things. Modifiers and music aren't currently in, but then if we go on play test, so you can test your levels, you can talk to people, you can check out your world, see how hard it is to do. I think before you publish a world, you do have to have play tested and beat the adventure, so you can't just spam impossible levels. They do have to be possible. Stuff like that. So what I was going to do is just quickly show you an adventure that I've made. Show off some of the features which are a bit more advanced. So here there's a chest which gives you potions. So there are two types of potions. There are rage potions and health potions. But I'm playing as the warrior, so I believe that if you're playing as one of the ice or the fire mage, the rage potion might be called a mana potion or something. So there's all different kinds of traps you can put in, some of which I've put in really horrible places. So there are interactable items like the barrel I'm using here, which you can carry and you can put it down on these pressure plates, and that will open gateways here. I'm deliberately not being very careful. I can use a health potion there to restore some of my health, but if there was a checkpoint nearby, I'd probably go to the checkpoint instead of using my health potions, because I don't have many of them. I'll pop that on there. Let's open this gateway for us. Oh, I forgot that we go. So now we go into this area here, and these enemies, because you can set the kind of patterns of the enemies, so you can get them to attack you automatically, you can have them wandering around, you can have them patrolling. So what I've got is these skeletons here are all on wonder, which means they'll just kind of walk around, do their own thing. Which doesn't seem to have worked too well, because for some reason they want to just walk into that door all the time. So we'll just dispatch these. Now, as you can see here, there's another doorway which we can't open. So one would assume there's some sort of lever or pressure pad. As you can see, there are two barrels here, so that would indicate that there are two pressure pads, or that there's one pressure pad and another barrel must be carried through. Some levels are very, very complex with their puzzles. Like they'll have a variety of pressure pads, and you'll need to stand on several of them to open a certain door, but then you'll have to move the barrels on the pressure plates around to open other doors, so you have to be constantly running back and forth between the level. So I forgot to pick up the barrel. We'll open this, get some more health potions. Sometimes you'll get kind of an odd variety of potions, so you might get all rage potions and very little health potions, which can be very annoying, especially on the harder levels which don't have many checkpoints. It can mean you die quite a lot. But sometimes if you get obviously the more rage potions, you can do more special abilities, which are great, because one of the special abilities I've got, I don't take damage while I'm doing it. So essentially the health potion isn't that necessary, but oh, I forgot the barrel again. But yeah, so you really want to have a kind of a balance. You don't want to be wasting health potions, because you never know when you're going to have a mini boss around the corner, or where there'll be a health state, a checkpoint when you can just heal anyway. So what I did with this level is I kind of tried to put in a bit of puzzle, bit of action. It's kind of an all-round thing, and then a bit of platforming as well. So here I've got a lava platformer with enemies in it, so you've got to kind of jump around this this sort of level as quickly as you can before the spirit things come after you. Hopefully they won't come through. Oh, he actually did. They don't usually do that. Okay, I'll just dispatch him. There we go. So this is a checkpoint, so I've got an extra life, and then you can see it's got a certain amount of health which you can give to me, but once that's all gone, it's all gone. You don't get that back at all. I'm just going to lure these guys through here. I was hoping to be able to do one of my special moves, but I don't have enough rage for that. So what I'm going to do is just keep fighting on the health base, which is now depleted. So essentially, I've got 4 more health potions. I just need to try and kind of survive. I know there are some more chests in the corner of the room with potions in, which I'll be able to get health out of. But if you're playing this map blind, you wouldn't know where anything is. So you've got to be really, really careful with managing kind of your potions and things. But it's very fun. The combat is fairly good. One problem I found is that sometimes your attacks just seem like, if you saw there, the attack doesn't seem to actually connect with the enemy, even though you're right in front of them and you've hit them. Sometimes when you try and string together some attacks, they don't always work out. So that can be quite irritating. I have been killed a few times because the attack just didn't happen, even though it did happen. But generally, considering the stage it's in, it's definitely very playable. It's very fun. I highly recommend. Right, some rage potions. That's good. Pull the lever. Now we can see there's a door up here with a pressure pad on it. And to access this door, you're going to need to pull both the levers on it either side, and then stand on the pressure pad, which can be a problem with some people, as I'll show you in a minute. Now there are a few kind of varieties to the enemies as well, so you'll put down skeletons, but they don't always all look the same, which is good. So it's very fun. Those poison things do a lot of damage. So they constantly add in new enemies. The updates are quite regular. So especially as a content creator, it's very good. You get a bit of a variety. Okay, so we've cleared out this area. I pulled the lever. As some of you may have guessed, there's no barrel. So standing on this now traps you within the zone. Now normally, what I like to do here is to basically just spam special attacks, so that when I'm vulnerable to the fire that the pyromancer is going to drop. I don't actually have enough rage to do that, so I'm going to have to run around and kill him manually. There we go. So now this is the exit marker. So if I was to publish this map, obviously I'd have to be able to complete it. So you put in an exit marker. What some people do is they put the exit kind of earlier on in the game, so that you have the option to quit, so that the game is possible. But then they'll include more things later on, so better loot, stuff like that. Now, as we're collecting gold, I don't think it has a use at this moment. If we look in the inventory, so this is all loot I picked up. That's rubbish. I can't equip that yet because of my level. So when you level up, there are skills and things. It's not just hack and slash. There isn't. If you can see the value of the item. So this helmet here is worth 79 gold. Currently, there isn't any way of selling items. I don't believe, and there's no way to spend your gold. So I honestly have no idea what the loot shrine actually does at all. But yeah, I presume we'll find out soon enough. So there we have it. That is basically the game, pretty much summed up for this stage. Like I said, it's very fun. It's kind of, there's a little bit in the game for everyone, really, in the sense that you don't have to just, you can come on and you can search. At the moment there aren't kind of tabs or anything, but what they're going to add in is kind of tags for adventures. So you can put on like puzzle or action, whatever, so that you can search for kind of an adventure that you want to play. That's really what it's about. Some of these, like that was a crazily hard puzzle map, which I wasn't really in the mood to play. So I think it's important to kind of be able to play what you want. But it's definitely coming along quite nicely. So that basically sums up the whole game, I think, quite briefly. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.